Hello and welcome to the second episode of our Untitled Podcast with me, Josh, and
Stan or Stegler,
there you
however
go.
you say it, yeah.
All
What's
right,
up?
all right. Not much, man. So what are we talking about today? I guess we're doing some news first.
There's a lot of things. A lot of things have been happening in the news lately in terms of video games and stuff like that. So,
All
uh,
right. So I
oh,
get a Christmas-related one. So an 8-year-old, parents of an 8-year-old picked up a supposedly brand new 3DS from a Walmart in, where were you saying, Virginia?
yeah,
Virginia, okay. And so the kids, and apparently there was a lot of kids at their house. They were having like a family like brunch or something. So there's like a good amount of kids, like 5 or 6 kids, like all around the age of 8, playing with this 3DS. And the kid who received it for Christmas finds nude pictures of, I guess, I'm assuming the previous owners. So the story is, well, according to the father, this is all like conjecture, but he thinks that like the 3DS was like returned to Walmart, and they resold it as like a new product, and the the SD card wasn't wiped, so there was these nude pictures on there. So what a surprise for this 8-year-old child. What do you think about that?
it's I don't know. Like the best way I could explain it, like this seems like nothing new. It was bound to happen. It happened last year. You were saying around this time, and I guess porn is kind of a prevalent thing in our society because you can pretty much find it everywhere, and people are always going to find a means to kind of exploit it to the masses, I suppose, whether that be through video game consoles or even with like the new consoles for PlayStation 4 and you know the Xbox One through Twitch and all that. You know, it's always going to be there. It just sucks that you know retailers are taking, I guess, the short way out and you know advertising new products which aren't really new without, I guess, doing any sort of quality testing on it.
Yeah, I don't think our Walmart here in town, I don't think they do like, they don't advertise as refurb. Like I know like Future Shop and stuff does that, like
Yeah,
open box shit. I don't think Walmart does though. Like if they are going to sell these products like back, like they should do that. You know what I mean? Like
oh yeah.
knock off $10 and sell it as a refurb. Like what's wrong with that? Like at least you know that like you're getting something that might have like nude pictures or whatever on it.
I
So
I don't know. At the very least, I think if a product's going to be returned, I think either you as the consumer should take the responsibility to wipe the system yourself, or there should be systems in place at different stores to, you know, like I said, do a little bit of quality control and, you know, inspect the system, make sure it's good, and then just wipe it clean if you're going to resell it as a refurbished product. Like I know me myself, just because I'm a stickler for those kinds of things. If I'm going to return something, or if I'm gonna like you know sell something to a friend, I'm gonna make sure that I wipe everything to make sure that if somebody, you know, if I'm gonna give this to someone, they're gonna get you know a clean product as if it was never touched, or at least try my damnedest to make it as if it was never touched, right? And that's just you know working at Future Shop, like that was one of my things. Wiping systems, restoring it to like factory settings, and just making sure that if we're gonna sell a used product, try to make it as new as possible.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, do you think this is gonna like scar the kid for life? Like, do you think the parents should like demand some kind of like refund, or like do you think it's a big deal that it was on there, or like does it even matter? Like 'cause this is like the second time I think that this has been like reported like ever. Like I'm sure it's happened before. Like it has happened before. But like, do you think it's a big deal? Like,
Like, I guess it is because the kid's like 8 or whatever. So like at a young age, it's probably like a big deal. But ultimately, not really, because at some point or another, like they're gonna get exposed to that shit anyway, whether it be you know through some friends or like at school or you know through experimentation. Like
yeah,
you
flipping
know,
through the channels on TV even.
it's not even that. Just like interacting with girls and stuff, or like whatever side of the fence he's on, right? They're like it's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, that's true enough. Yeah, but yeah, like he's 8, and I'm sure he has no idea.
If anything, it's gonna tarnish like Nintendo's name as a brand because they're like family friendly, all for all types of gamers, and then all of a sudden, like the same console that has Super Mario, all of a sudden has pornography. Like,
Well, I was watching. This was on the news, like local news, I think, for like them. And the father was saying like at first he thought it was like a manufacturer mistake like on Nintendo, but then he said like it must have been like a previous owner. So like I think like Nintendo is completely like not even in the equation other than it being on their console. But so I don't know. It doesn't make Nintendo look bad because it's like how the only thing they can do is like not put a camera on their system, right? So people can't put porn on it, but even then you can still put, I guess, whatever you want on the SD card. Because it is kind of a media center, like the 3DS. You can put music and shit on it, can't you?
yeah, well, I mean, all consoles now are like media centers, and I know, like I said, developers, they have good intentions when they put like these features on, like the cameras and all that are good, and there are a lot of people that'll actually use the systems for their intended purposes, but then there are just some people that'll either find a way to break the mold and either do something completely ridiculous or
Yeah.
like that, right?
Well,
Like, I would say, like, if you're gonna mess around with a console, I would much prefer if people would like mod it as opposed to like, putting porn on it, because modding it, you could add a little bit more, like some more advantages to it, and then if you just put porn on it, well, then that's just another device to look at porn, and like porn is everywhere.
yeah,
So
people put porn on anything, but like I don't know, like because like the camera doesn't even take very high res like it's not like the best lens out there, So
yeah,
like, why are you even like? Why don't you just buy a shitty point and click like digital camera? It'll take better pictures than the 3D. Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like you want your porn and like, you want your own porn in 3D. Like I don't know. It's just I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Like why are you using it like that in the first place? Like you know what I mean?
people are bored. That's ultimately what it comes down to. This society depends on technology, and because of this, people are bored.
Yeah, I don't know. I use my 3DS like exclusively to play games, pretty much. And like now they're offering like a video service through the eShop where you can like watch Pokemon anime, which I'm not that interested in, but it's there. But stuff like that, like that's what it should be used for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if they started streaming like teen like like rated shows on there or something, like that would be okay. But like porn, come on, like I don't
Yeah.
know, like keep your porn on something else. And then if you're gonna, like the people who like returned it probably like totally forgot that they were screwing around one night drunk or whatever. But still, like clear your shit off, because like what else did they leave on there? Like credit card information, because you can save it on there with a password, like a 4-digit like password or whatever. And what's your password gonna be? Like 1 2 3 4. So there you go.
No, that's another thing too. Like, it's crazy how like everything is kind of linked together, and that everything's all you have access to so much information, and yeah, maybe it could have been a simple case of just simply forgetting. Which at the same token, like, I don't think it's a big deal now, because now that I think of it, it's not really a big deal because it's such a common thing, and no matter what happens, no matter what new consoles come out or whatever devices come out, it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason, specific cases get more I guess news coverage than others, but that's with anything else.
It kind of ties in with, was it on PS4 that those people had sex like instead of actually like playing the game, like streaming it on Twitch or whatever?
Yeah, it was. It was what was the game? It was Playroom. It was kind of like a tech demo for the PlayStation 4 camera, and essentially when you streamed it on Twitch, it basically like took a picture of. It basically showed like which room you were in, and like little robots would like come on the screen, but it's actually you interacting in the environment.
Yeah.
So easily you could turn that into like some like crazy shady like webcam sex thing.
And,
Right?
and they did. So like the people were making fuck, and yeah, it was terrible. And didn't they take the service down for a bit, or?
Well, that game they've like permanently banned it from being streamed, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So,
I know it takes one person to ruin shit for everybody, right?
like, I don't know. Like the Playroom is not something that's meant to be streamed, because it's just literally a tech demo to see like what you could do with the PlayStation 4. It's not really, like a game. It's
Yeah.
like a bunch of like really weird mini games, and I don't think people would get enjoyment out of streaming that as opposed to you know play,
Uh,
playing I don't know Knack or Lego Marvel superheroes, right? So
yeah, like actually watching a game being played, yeah, as
yeah,
opposed to like, oh look, I fucking put flowers in a vase or
but,
whatever. I don't
yeah.
even know what the game is. I don't have a
Well,
PS4.
it's like these little robots that like they interact with you and you could like kick them around and there's like different mini games you could do with them. I played with it. I tried it briefly.
Oh, okay.
Nothing spectacular.
No,
Like I
nothing
still
too good.
don't have the camera for the PS4 because I don't need it.
It's just a little bonus like pack-in game that you get for free.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
And I guess if you want to go after the trophies, you can go after the trophies. But
yeah. Oh, there's trophies for it too. Wow.
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
okay, so what's next? What was the? Okay, so we talked about the porn thing. That was the first thing we talked about. Okay. YouTube content IDs. I don't think we've talked about that yet.
This is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Everybody.
Huge.
Oh man, Angry Joe. My heart bleeds for him.
What?
Watch that video that
There's a
Angry
whole
Joe
bunch of
posted.
them.
Did you watch the Angry Joe like rant about it?
I've been following this like quite extensively from like different YouTubers. It's not just Angry Joe. It's like everybody's getting affected.
Yeah.
Even like DSP and like a lot of the big names there, and it sucks because like it's just a big pile of shit. Like that's like what I could that's the best way I could describe it because YouTube is basically destroying what they created. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
they're tearing the walls down. They're
basically like I don't know if you watch Classic Game Room, right?
yeah. That guy just totally packed up, eh?
Yeah,
He's just
he-
done. He's like, I'm not even. He's like, I'm not staying around for this.
Yeah, all his YouTube channel is a bunch of blogs and that, and then it's like go to my website to watch my reviews because I'm not wasting my time. But it's stupid because like people are getting their videos flagged from like 5 years ago, and it's not even the video game companies, even though they're getting copyright strikes from like the companies like Capcom and that they're going on and saying like, look, that's not us. It's YouTube's crazy. YouTubinator is what I call it. YouTube.
Yeah, a robot. It's basically a robot deciding your fate.
Yeah, and it's going through and it's flagging all these videos, and the video game companies are trying to fight it with them and work with the YouTubers to try to get that back in the right direction. But it's unfortunate that happens because we've paid our money to have the product, and it's basically like saying Google is trying to put a monetization on our own opinion and take away our money.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know, and the whole argument where like the people that are commenting like, "Oh, get a real job," it's like, you know what, like you don't understand how much to like even a let's play like the few let's plays I have on my channel, like, oh my god, it stresses me out so much to edit them because it takes so long to do the commentary, record the footage, edit it together, edit out anything that like either doesn't work or you know what I mean, like to edit together, and oh, it just takes like like you've edited
Yeah,
videos,
no, it does take a long time.
and you've done like reviews too, like
Yeah.
which is even more work because like with let's plays it's just straight cut and dry, like you got the footage or you don't, but like with like a review, oh man, it just takes so long. And the people that do that like for a full-time job, like, and now they can't even get their money for like all this hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that they put into these channels. It's terrible. It is a real job. It's so much work, and these people, they put in way more hours than we do. They're
No,
so dedicated, like.
No, it's true, and if you enjoy what you're doing, then of course you're gonna put in the time and the effort to do that. But I would have to say, like, commentary is probably like the hardest part of the whole process, at least coming from like a let's play standpoint, because like you just play the game, that's all fine and dandy, but it's like to keep your viewers engaged and to make sure to make it sound like you're having a good time and you're not just doing it for the sake of doing it, right? Like
Yeah.
you got to enjoy what you're doing, but this like. And it's like I said, it's not even the video game companies that are flagging them. It's the big wigs in like the music industry because they're trying to make a quick buck. And what sucks too is like if you take a game like Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row that use actual like legit music, right? Well, the video game developers have already paid their loyalty to have their music in the game, but because you're using that footage for commentary, even though what should be flagged is that little section that has like that music bit in it, they're
Yeah.
taking the whole video.
Yeah, the whole
They're
video.
taking and they're taking away the monetization rates from that, and that's how it's weird.
And then anybody that watches your video while it's being processed, you know what I mean? Because you can fight those each individually, case by case, but it takes months. It does, and by the time, and all these people, their videos probably will be monetized in a couple months, but by then, everybody that's pretty much going to watch those videos has already watched them, and those videos during that time are monetized to some fuck off company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's oh, we own the rights to this, and I've been flagged a couple times, not recently, during this, but before.
Yeah.
And I'm not even I'm not even monetized, and I got flagged, and it was I looked up these companies, and they're just placeholder companies that aren't even affiliated with anything that I uploaded.
Yeah.
And if I was monetized, any of that money during that time would go to those companies that are just making these false claims. So I wouldn't get any money for any of the views that I got. Mind you, I'm only getting fucking no, I'm getting no views. But
yeah.
these people are Angry Joe gets hundreds of thousands of views, and if those people watch those videos in that month, those months where the video is monetized to somebody else, he doesn't get any of that money. That other person gets that money, whoever it is, the robot that decides his fate. So he's not getting any money for making these videos that take him 80 hours a week to produce. So yeah, it is upsetting.
No, absolutely.
And that's why this podcast. That's how this podcast got kind of born. Because we were talking, we're well, I guess LPs are sort of done. If we ever do want to get monetized at some point, so go ahead. I don't. They can't fucking flag our podcast. So.
No, exactly. Exactly. You know what? I think I'm just gonna, because I've had the itch to start Let's Play again. I think I'm just gonna roll with it and see what happens. Yeah. Because right now it looks like channels that aren't monetized aren't they're not being affected. But for now, so I think for now we're safe. But what's to say that 5 or 6 months down the road, YouTube decides to drop another hammer and go after the channels that aren't monetized.
Yeah.
Which would suck. Like I said, it's YouTube is destroying their own beast. I think in 2008 is when the big video game YouTube boom kind of happened.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's been showing that video game channels are the highest in terms of ad revenue. The video game channels are the highest paid channels.
Wow, really?
PewDiePie and all those top guys. It's all the video game channels that brought in the most revenue. It's not even the big name music stars. It's all video games.
Wow, that's crazy, eh?
And YouTube is
and they're shitting all over it.
Yeah.
And it's worse for we're the small guys trying to get a small get kind of break into it, and it's gonna be hard for everybody in our situation who if you want to make a legit review and edit in it's Angry Joe said, if I say something's shitty or if something's good, I want to show you why it's shitty or why it's good. And if my video is going to be flagged because I show a clip of the game where it's glitching or something, I can't show it to you, so I kind of have to do the vlog style, and I don't want to be a guy in front of a camera just talking at you. He's I want to do the reviews my way. So Poncho, he did that Devil May Cry 4 review. If he was monetized, that video would have got flagged because it was all footage from the game.
Yeah, exactly.
With him talking over it, and that I don't know. As soon as you're commentating on something or reviewing a game like that, putting your opinion into it, that's your video. You're showing clips from Capcom's game, but you're telling people why the game's good or why it's bad, and you're giving the game PR. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's really funny what they're doing. It's just really crazy.
That's exactly it. That's why the video game companies are trying to help out, because obviously whether it be whether we take a shit on a game or if we like it, it's still free publicity, and people are becoming more aware of these games. what was I gonna say? It's kind of like going back to my point where you've already paid your $60 for the game, so you're not really doing any injustice. It's not like we're uploading the game onto YouTube so that people can download it and play it for free.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we're not starting that. We're just simply uploading the game, playing through it. It's kind of like sitting with your friends side by side doing couch play or watching somebody play a video game but instead of being at home on a couch with your friends, you're just watching them play online. There's no harm in that, and you're exposing the game to more people. It's not like I said, you're not going to be downloading it, you're not going to be playing it.
yeah.
You're just expressing your opinion on a game, and YouTube is basically saying, we're going to take away your opinion and pay it and like basically give the money for your opinion to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. I'm wondering if it's just affecting like independents, like Angry Joe and shit, or if it's going to affect like IGN and game trailers and stuff. Like, do you think it's affecting like companies that are uploading on YouTube, or is it just independents? Because if it does affect like companies like IGN, those companies are going to pull out of YouTube, and then what's going to happen to YouTube?
Right now, I think it's just like the independent companies. I haven't really. That brings up a good point, and probably something to research in the future. Whether big companies like GameSpot and IGN are like truly affected. But right now, it's all those networks that are like independent, like Polaris and all those big names. Polaris is the one that comes to mind because there's like so many people on that, like Total Biscuit and Angry Joe is a part of it, and I believe the Completionist is also part of it, so he's probably affected as well too. I believe Machinima is another partner that's been affected by it too.
Yeah,
so
they're pretty big. I mean, and so if it's just affecting independents, then they're trying to get rid of indies on YouTube. Like, why would you do that?
who knows, man?
I don't know, but anyway, like it's not a good time. I don't know. The hype around the whole thing's kind of died down a bit, but I'm sure we'll be hearing more about it. In the coming months. Like it's kind of like I don't know. It seems like SOPA and all that stuff's kind of coming back, like in a different form. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like we kind of prevented it from happening, but it's kind of like it's gonna happen anyways, like eventually, and it's kind of started. So
yeah, the dark age of the internet is happening. Brace yourselves, people.
yeah, they found a way. They found a way to do it without passing a law. So there you go. Well, we'll see what happens though.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, we'll just take it in stride. And as for me, like I'm just gonna like kind of roll with it because the itch is kind of there. So I'm just gonna roll with it, see what happens. And if I get flagged, I get flagged, and I'll just dispute it like anyone else.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We'll see what. And yeah, so that's what we have to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay, Marvel vs. Capcom got taken down. Like number 2 and number 3 got taken down from from digital distribution on like everything. Last time I checked though, Marvel vs. Capcom Origins was still on the store though on PSN.
Yeah.
But the other two are completely gone.
That just kind of came out of left field. Like I didn't even know about it. And I just happened to watch a YouTube video on it, and I was like, "Wow, really?" And then, I kind of looked into it, and it turns out it's legit. And I guess a lot of people are speculating that, Capcom had to renew their license with Marvel, and because Disney owns Marvel, they probably asked for some extra dough. And Capcom's not in the best of shape. With only 152 million left in the bank. I don't know if that number's been up since then, or if it's gone down even more. Because apparently another thing too, Capcom is also investing $40 million into mobile game development, which I think is a big waste of shit. But
yeah, as long as they're turning out games better than like Rockman X Over and stuff, like.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, I haven't played it, but that looks like shit.
It's an on-rails Mega Man game, and it's terrible. I emulated it. Don't tell anybody. No, I'm just kidding. It's terrible. It's terrible, and they made a Mega Man X port, which is pretty terrible as well, and that's on mobile. So hopefully they turn out something decent for iOS and like Android. But so Disney wants more money basically for the Marvel vs. Capcom license. supposedly. I I don't know. Like personally, I'm not emotionally invested in that particular franchise, but uh, that also means that they can't use it at Evo either. They're not gonna be able to like at least that's to my understanding. They're not gonna be able to use those games at Evo anymore either.
Well, like the whole situation just kind of sucks. Like I'll get to like Evo in a second, but it sucks because the game is like not even 2 years old. Because let's face it, that like we'll call it Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Vanilla. That came out I think like last year to, or whatever, like 2000. Well, we're gonna be in 14, so I'll say 2012 or whatever, right? And like that game was okay, and it was good for what it was. There was not a lot of characters that I remember from Marvel versus Capcom 2 being in there, one being Mega Man. That's besides the point. But then 6 months later, out comes Ultimate Marvel 3 with 12 additional characters, and they actually brought back some of the classics like Strider, and they added some new characters like Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
And like now, it's pretty much gone. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of came and went. And if you look at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that's been around for like 10 years, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 3 just kind of disappeared. And
Yeah.
But people are starting to play it again. People want to keep it, supporting it, and people do want to have it at tournaments. But I guess with this whole ordeal, it's kind of up in the air. But people are speculating that you won't be able to play Ultimate Marvel 3 at EVO or any kind of fighting tournament because Disney or Marvel might drop the fucking hammer again.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a terrible situation, and like it's unfortunate for Capcom too because that's one of their big franchises that everybody really likes, and they need all the help they can get right now. Like seriously. Uh,
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't want to see Capcom go under. Like a couple companies in the last couple of years have been going under, and they've been like pretty like decent companies. Like Atari's gone, aren't they? Like Atari. Who else?
Atari's around.
I thought they were done. I thought they sold all their. No, who am I thinking of then?
THQ.
THQ's gone. Yeah. They had some decent games. They also had a bunch of shitty games though. But
There's a bunch of there's a bunch of video game studio closures. It's like the common thing now. So it's bound to happen, whether it be a game that tanks or something doesn't go right, or if they need to do some restructuring and like shut down a few things.
Yeah.
But I don't think Capcom's going to go under because they lost Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Marvel 2. Like they have Street Fighter, they got Devil May Cry, they got Resident Evil, even though I guess Resident Evil 6 has shed a negative light in some people's mouths, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to drive them down. It sucks because, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is still fun, and I still play it quite regularly, even though I'm not playing it on a competitive level, nor have I really played online. I've definitely gotten back into it since I've heard of this, incident that's happened, because it is a good game, and I want to try to support it in any way I can. It's unfortunate because now there's going to be no more DLC, so that means no more extra characters. So if anyone was hoping for a Mega Man X or a Mega Man character to show up in Ultimate Marvel 3, it's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
Or if any other additional characters that people were hoping for, they're not going to show up. There's going to be no more patches, so if the game just starts to suck with shitty online code for netcode, that's not going to get fixed anymore, and eventually Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is going to go for as long as people want it to, and then I guess just eventually fade into the abyss of online server shutdowns.
I think what they're gonna have to do is kind of roll with it. It's a big loss to lose like that franchise, but I think what they could do is use the engine or use a similar engine, like repurpose the engine and make like another Capcom like fighting. What was that game called on PS2?
Yeah, Capcom Fighting All Stars.
Yeah,
And there's
make another one of those.
There's actually been rumblings about that too. That's a really good segue, actually, because apparently Capcom has, I guess, tweeted or led to people to believe that they are working on like a next gen fighting game after Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
And people are speculating it to be like a Capcom Fighting All Stars, which would be awesome because it would be the closest thing to like a Marvel vs. Capcom without actually using the Marvel license. And Capcom has like so many good characters, and I could just picture the rosters right now. I mean, like between all the Mega Man characters and like Mega Man X and Devil May Cry and Resident Evil, and even like they're less known franchises like Dragon's Dogma or like Lost Planet.
Yeah.
Onimusha would be a nice franchise to see come back. You know, like the Final Fight.
Yeah,
There's
they've
just
got
so
so many.
many.
Yeah. Oh, I would just love a new Final Fight, like not like Streetwise, which I haven't
Oh
played. It
God,
doesn't look that great, but
you don't want to play it. I have that.
another. we should
Travesty.
sit down. We should sit down and play that sometime.
I agree.
But like another one, like like call it number 4 and do like a PSN game or something for like 15-20 bucks.
Oh,
I'd
I
buy
was like,
that. I'd buy it.
yeah, for
Use
sure.
like hand-drawn HD graphics, like Street Fighter 2 HD there, and there you go. There's your fucking. You know what? Make a fucking Mega Man game like that. That would, you know what I mean? Like I think if they got their fucking foot out of their ass and actually released a new Mega Man game, that would save the company. Because it doesn't cost them that much to make a fucking Mega Man game. Look at Mega Man 9 and 10; those sold like crazy.
Yeah,
Not okay. Like the nostalgia kind of wore off for number 10, but everybody bought it. If they made like a Mega Man X, like you know what I mean? Like if they made a Mega Man X in the style of like Super Nintendo, but with like HD hand-drawn graphics for PSN or something, I think it would sell pretty well. I think that would get people like back on Capcom's side because like if you read comments on shit, like a lot of people are like, "I'm boycotting this because Mega Man's dead and shit," and it's like that's really unfortunate.
yeah. Well, yeah. No, it definitely doesn't take much for a Mega Man game because they could even take the engine from like X4, and like I know that's PS1, but you could run that easily on like a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3, no problem. Even with cutscenes or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's not hard. I think Capcom is trying to like have aces up their sleeve, but they're just doing a lot of wrong decisions, and hopefully getting back to the whole fighting game thing. Like I hope a Capcom Fighting All Stars does happen to take place in Marvel if Marvel versus Capcom ever fades away soon.
Yeah.
Uh, and I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens, just like everything else.
Another thing, speaking of PSN and Mega Man, there's like no PSN love for Mega Man on the store at all. There's like the Japanese only. Well, they're on the American store, but the Japanese ports, like the PlayStation 1 ports of like Mega Man 1 through 5,
Yeah.
which I bought one thinking like it was some kind of crazy different port, but it's just like the Anniversary Collection ports.
Oh, okay.
That was a waste of $6. But and then there's Mega Man 9 and 10. But and you said X4. Speaking of that, okay, there's X4, X5, X6. They're all on PlayStation 1, okay? They're not on the PSN store. Why?
Well, I guess because Capcom doesn't want to do it or they don't see a need for it. But I mean, you can put. Do you have Maverick Hunter X on the PSN store if you have like a Vita or PSP?
Oh,
And I mean,
that's true, yeah.
and then I guess it depends on like whoever bought the collection for PS2. Like I have all like both collections for all the Mega Man games and all the X games.
They should release like on disc, like all 8 Mega Mans and all like 10 Mega Man X's or something on a disc for like PS3. I'd buy that.
No, I think what Capcom should do is just make a love letter to their fans. Either do a 16-bit Mega Man X style game, or just do a Mega Man X game in the style of like X4 or X5, not X6. That's like I didn't mind
Well,
X6.
it's the same engine, but yeah, like one of
Yeah,
the like in that style, yeah.
yeah, like with like the anime style cutscenes were kind of cool in X4.
Yeah.
And
Voice acting, but yeah.
well,
But
yeah,
like they still look good. Like it still looked like a 90s anime, which is not bad though. At the time, that was really good animation. For like especially for like Mega Man X4, like totally came out of nowhere.
exactly.
But it was good. It was good. Like the animation was well done.
Yeah,
I
this
don't know. They need to do something with Mega Man, and I don't know. Like they've got some kind of hate on for the creator of the series, for some reason. I don't know, but like they have the license. Like he doesn't have the license for Mega Man. They do whatever they want. They don't need him to make a Mega Man game. You know what I mean? And people would still buy it.
But at the same token, I mean that's why Mighty Number Nine is coming out, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know, but like, I'm just thinking of like, Capcom's not doing so well. I think like if they showed some love to Mega Man, where like, okay, he appeared in Project Cross Zone or whatever, but that's not enough. He needs his own game. he needs a game. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm super passionate about this. Oh my god, but
Speaking of Project Cross Zone, just random holiday sale. I saw it at Best Buy for like $20.
awesome.
So if you guys don't have Project Cross Zone, you guys should go buy it
It's
for
legit. It's legit.
20.
Oh, you know what? It's actually on 3DS, like the store, for like $14 digitally.
Yeah, but if you buy the actual copy, it's like automatically like the limited edition. So you get like a nice big fancy box with like the art book.
The art book. Yeah, the art book is actually nice. I can vouch for that.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Was there any other news? We kind of got off on a Mega Man tangent, but
yeah, going from Capcom Fighters to Mega Man, it happens.
yeah,
That's
every time we talk about Capcom, we got to talk about Mega Man. How should
that's like the flag. I always considered Mega Man the Capcom mascot, and I mean, if you look at the actually random connection, so Capcom's colors are blue and yellow, and so are the bad box art Mega Man. So that's like my association with Capcom is like Mega Man is the mascot, whether it was like the bad box art Mega Man that we had, or whether it's how Mega Man looks in the game.
You know what? The more I think about that bad box art Mega Man being in that game, the more I'm actually okay with it. Remember how pissed off I was when they announced it?
We both were.
Yeah, but think about it this way. I think that they put him in as kind of like an Easter egg, being like, we kind of still like Mega Man. Like, at first I thought they were just being dicks about it and being like, oh, you want Mega Man in this game? Well, you get bad box art Mega Man. The more I think about it, the more it's like a throwback to like, a simpler time. Like when the first Mega Man came out, you saw that shitty box art, but you still got the game, and it was a good game.
Yeah.
And I think it was kind of like a nod to like old school Mega Man fans, and it totally got overblown, especially by me and you, how pissed off I was about it. But
Yeah.
the more and more I think about it now, the more I'm okay with it. Even though I
No.
would have preferred like legit Mega Man in that game. I think like I don't know. I think they're trying, but like I think they just make another Mega Man game
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
instead of just throwing him into shit. Like just because KJ Inafune's not there doesn't mean they can't pump out a good Mega Man game. I mean, they have Inti Creates that like they made the last couple Mega Man games. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
They could totally do it. They know they've got the Mega Man formula down, and they did the Zero series. So, but anyways, we should probably move on. Is there any other news or?
No, that's covered it for the news. I think that's covered all major sections.
Of like what we want to talk? Yeah, for news. Okay. Okay. What are you playing lately? What are you playing?
Lots of games actually.
Yeah.
What have I been playing? No, still Skylanders. Skylanders is still pretty big. Been playing that. Tried the new Swap Forest one that came out a few months ago. Finally busted that open. Lots of big improvements in that game. Even though it's like kind of small, like the graphics are a lot nicer. Everything looks awesome, and you can jump in this game. So it's actually like an action platformer,
Okay.
and it's cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, in like Skylanders Giants, it was they kind of did like a gauntlet style Diablo type game
Yeah.
where it's kind of like fixed isometric kind of. Well, I wouldn't say isometric, but like kind of like like a dungeon crawler. And then there were these like little jump pads that you had to go on to make your character jump. Well, in this game, they made it more of like an action platformer. And you have the ability to jump. Now the platforming is not the best, but at least it's in there.
Yeah.
And again, with all other Skylanders games, you can, use your figures from the past games on that. And then there's the new swap mechanic's pretty cool too with some of the characters because you can like mix and match certain characters to have certain like top halves and bottom halves, and then you can like upgrade them independently. And it's again, I said this before. It's a game geared towards a younger audience, but I think it's a game that anybody can enjoy.
Okay.
So I've been playing that. What else? New Super Mario 3D World or whatever it's called, or Super Mario 3D World, which is fantastic.
So good. That's all the reviews are saying, and I agree. It's the system seller. Like it's the reason you pick up a Wii U right now.
No, exactly. I think and I've told this to people. Like this is the Mario game that should have been released with the Wii U.
Oh yeah. I think they would have sold like double what they sold. If
Like
yeah.
the game has done so many things right. and like the whole bringing back the Mario 2 mechanic where you can play as like Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad, and they each have like their independent abilities. That's like really neat. The fact that it's a four-player 3D Mario game is absolutely unheard of, and it's probably chaotic. I haven't tried it myself, but
It's you know what? The game gets really hard near the end,
mhm.
but the first couple worlds not too bad, but it is hectic though. It definitely is. Like it's the kind of game where like single player is definitely the best if you want to like actually beat the game.
Yeah,
Two players you can do it if you both know what you're doing, like you're both about the same skill level. And
yeah.
then when you play four players and you get farther into the game, like it's just a clusterfuck, and you might as well make like a drinking game or something out of it. But it's fun though. Like it's totally fun. Totally fun with four people.
And it's like the small things that they did right. Like there's so much creativity. Like in some of the levels, you know, you have to like blow into the gamepad to make platforms move, and you have to like interact with your environments. The cat suits, like even though that's a small innovation, it lets you do so many things. Allow you to climb up the walls, or you know, at least climb up the flagpoles at the end to try to get that gold flagpole. I think the cat suit's probably my favorite suit, and you could like you know dive, claw, attack, and all that fun stuff.
And the best part, when you think the game's done, it's not done, and that happens a couple of times, and like not in a bad way. Like you're like, oh man, the game's done. I want more levels. Well, here you go. There's more levels.
Yeah, exactly.
And unlockable characters, unlockable shit. There's lots of collectibles. Like
Yeah, there's
so
like
much
stamps.
replay. Like there's so many things to do. So many like collectibles, different game modes. There's like different levels. Like have you played any of the Toad levels yet? Where you like you have to like collect green stars as Toad.
I played like the one in the first world. I haven't come across like any more yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, in the first world I played that one, and you have to like guide that little toad dude to the stars. Like that was kind of neat.
And the most exciting thing is like they're like Nintendo's kind of like saying like we're not done with Mario Galaxy yet. So I'm hoping like on the Wii U they release like Mario Galaxy 3 and it has like two-player co-op or something. Something like that would blow me away. Mario Galaxy, that franchise is like my favorite Mario franchise. Like and honestly, Super Mario 3D World is up there now too because it's so fucking good. Like I've only played like 3 worlds, but oh man, I'm playing a Link Between Worlds right now, and oh my god, that's really good too.
Yeah.
Mario 3D World, man, pick it up. Get a buy a Wii U for it. They're on sale right now at Walmart. Go get one. There's the bundle that like, there's actually a Skylanders bundle, hey? I think
Yeah,
it's a Wii U bundle for like $220. Go get that.
yeah, I saw that.
Even if you don't want Skylanders, go get it.
Comes with like a golden swashbuckler figurine. Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
neat.
surprised you didn't get it actually.
Well, I already have a Wii U, so that'd be kind of
Yeah,
pointless.
and if you don't want Skylanders for some reason, there's the Mario U and Luigi U bundle for like $250, I think.
Or you could just get the Wind Waker bundle if it's still around.
Yeah, is that one on sale? That would be a good one to pick up. I still haven't picked up Wind Waker HD. I don't know. I just can't justify it. Like I like Wind Waker fine. I just don't know if I want to play through it again in HD. It looks really good. Like the HD, it's one of the best HD ports I've ever seen, I think. But
Yeah, it looks really good. I have it. It's in my backlog.
yeah,
Of games.
my back. I'm looking at my backlog right now for the next segment. But yes, I agree. Mario 3D World, awesome. What else, Stan? Are you playing anything else?
Yeah, I'm playing a bunch of games on different consoles. I'm still playing Yeast Memories of Salcedo on the Vita. That's a really awesome action RPG. Yeast has been around for at least 25 years now.
Oh
Yeah, it's a really fast-paced action RPG, which it has like really fluid controls, and basically right now it just seems like you just have to explore, and then as you explore the world, that's how you gain your missions. I'm not too far into the story. I'm just doing side quests, but basically the story is your character basically forgets his memories, and you have to try to get his memories back because he gets lost in this forest, and the forest basically sucks your memories. So you're on a quest to find your memories, and people are trying to help you, and it's just a really fun RPG that you'll probably invest a lot of hours into because it harkens back to like the E style of game, if you ever played them, or at least closest thing I can think of, probably Secret of Mana is probably.
Pretty close to it, yeah. Yeah, I've played some Ys games before. They're good. They're definitely good. I haven't played this new one because it's on Vita, I think, right? You said. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
have
on.
one.
You should definitely get a Vita because the games are definitely coming out though.
I'm holding out for that PS4 Vita bundle that's supposedly coming out, where you only save like $20. But hey,
Yeah, it'll be worth it. You get two consoles.
if that comes out Christmas next year or something, or I'll definitely get it.
Two more games I've been playing actually that I can add to this list. Another RPG that's been great. Ragnarok Odyssey. It's actually there's I guess a free MMO that's been out for like a really long time called like Ragnarok Online. Ragnarok Odyssey takes place in that universe, but it's not an online MMO. It's essentially a Monster Hunter clone. Now I had bought this game like way back in like I think it was last year. I bought like the collector's edition.
Yeah, you got that around the time you got your Vita, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like my fourth or fifth game that I picked
Yeah.
up. Like I had played it for a bit, and then I really enjoyed it, and then I put my Vita down. And I didn't touch my Vita for a little bit, and I just like kind of picked it up again, and I've been hooked. It's a Monster Hunter clone. You create your class, you go on quests, you grind, you build like armors and weapons, and that's all you do. And you go through like the quest line, and like the game looks beautiful, and it plays really well. And I haven't tried the online for it yet, but I don't know. I must have sunk at least 20 hours since I've started playing that. I'm on to like chapter 3 or whatever.
Okay,
I'm still
yeah.
and I'm gonna try to beat it. I'm stuck at this crazy mini boss though. He keeps kicking my ass, but
So it's pretty difficult then. So it's for kind of a hardcore.
yeah, like the first two chapters were like super easy, and then all of a sudden chapter 3 just like ramped up in difficulty, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I'm probably gonna have to go back and grind and
Yeah.
build stronger weapons and stuff, kind of like Monster Hunter. But yeah, if you're that's the thing with the Vita. There's a lot of Monster Hunter type clones without there actually being a Monster Hunter game on there. But
Is there a Monster Hunter Vita game in Japan?
I think
Like
so.
currently? Okay. Yeah, they should. They're kind of slacking on Monster. Like they got the one on the Wii U, but they. It started out as like a PS2 and like like PSP like game, right? So they need to bring that over on the Vita, I think.
Oh, they will. It'll probably come sooner than later.
Speaking of Monster Hunter on the Wii U, though, Nick was bugging me to like get us to play with him because we both have the game. Like we all have the game now. So
I'd be down.
yeah, we gotta do that.
I'm looking at the game right now on my shelf. It's right here.
I got a digital copy because it went on. It actually Nintendo has decent sales on the eShop once in a while. Actually, got it for half price.
Right on.
Had to fucking plug in a hard drive to fucking download it though. But
And then just to end off the segment on my end, the last game I've been playing, Ultimate Marvel 3. Ever since I heard that the game was going off, I just decided to pop it in, and I've been playing it pretty constant, trying to get back into it, learning all the combos and stuff. It's funny, I popped it in, and I went to mission mode, and I think I've done about 260 missions out of the 400, and I was like, wow, really? I did that many missions?
Yeah,
Like I didn't realize I was like that okay at the game, but. And then yesterday, went over to play some Killer Instinct. That game is amazing. I would say that would probably be a good reason to get an Xbox One. But that game was amazing. I must have played it for like 4 hours, and my hands didn't cramp or whatever, and I was pulling off all these crazy combos, and I like kind of learned the game, but I just have to learn how to pull off ultra combos and relearn how to do friggin' combo breakers. Because I was doing good at first, but then when I was playing online, I was getting my ass handed to me with like combo breakers and all that stuff. But I did win a few matches. Like I think I played maybe 4 or 5 matches, and I won 3 of them. So
right on, dude.
yeah.
So that's a system seller for you. You're gonna get an Xbox One in the next couple of months or whatever.
If there's a good price drop, yeah, probably. I mean, Rise is pretty cool too. I got the chance to play that one. It's definitely repetitive, and I was surprised because I didn't realize that Crytek made it, the same guys that made Crysis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you know what? I was like pleasantly surprised with it. I wouldn't pay $60 for it. I definitely don't think it's worth that much. But it's good to see that Microsoft, branched off to do an original IP with Crytek to do that. And it's an interesting game because it's it's in like the Resident Evil perspective, like over the shoulder, but it's an action game, kind of like God of War, like whatever kind of Spartan game you would think. And the combat's like basically all based around rhythm. Like you have to time your attacks, so like you have to make sure that you block on time, or like if you need to shield bash to break a to break a guard or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's like execution kills, but yeah, again with any like third person action game, the execution kills kind of get repetitive. Like they're cool at first, and it's like, oh, I've already seen this.
Yeah, yeah. Like I kind of get that in God of War as well. But okay, so that's what you've been playing lately?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
quite a bit, man. Holy shit. Okay. I took a break from Pokemon because Christmas happened. So, um, the one that I played the other day, and I played through the first episode, was Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1.
Oh,
It's really short, but really good, and it does a good job at playing off the fact that, especially if you've played the first season recently, you're still kind of in like like a like paternal mode for Clem, because like you played as Lee and you protected Clem throughout your whole through the whole adventure, and now that he's dead, in the second one you play as Clementine now, and you're still kind of in that mindset where like you want to be super protective of her, so when bad shit happens to her throughout the episode, you're like people talk down to you and you're like, hey, fuck you. Like you make Clem speak as if like it was Lee speaking, but it's actually Clem. So it's kind of a weird dynamic at first, but like they did a really good job of making you care about that character from the first episode, and now that you're playing as her, it's so effective. And I hope that she's the constant playable character throughout the whole season.
I definitely hope that Walking Dead season 2 like kind of lives up to where the standard that their first Walking Game Dead set. But I have total faith in Telltale that they'll do it. Like every one of their games has usually been pretty good, and they have some more games out of the pipeline.
Yeah.
But I'm still on the fence whether I should buy like the season pass now, because you said if it's what $14.99.
Yeah, it's $5 off right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So I'm just kind of on the fence whether I should get it now or if I should just wait for it to like come on disc in case they have like some crazy like Game of the Year edition or whatever.
It comes with like if they do like another 500 or 400 days kind of like DLC thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm okay with digital for it because I don't know, it is what it is. They're not long games, but they have a lot of heart. But the thing about it is they haven't really changed any of the technical issues from the first one. So like sometimes like cutscenes will kind of chug, and I'm playing it on PS3. You know what I mean? So they're using the Telltale tool or whatever, and they really need to patch. Like they need to fix that engine, I think, a little bit. It's a good engine, and the graphics look very well done. It's all cel shaded. Like their games definitely have a distinct look and everything, but the cutscenes and stuff still kind of chug sometimes. But the game and the story is like it's really good, but like the technical issues are there still. So that kind of sucks because they I don't know, they won't take the time to like fix the engine. You know what I mean? But other than that, the game's good. The first episode so far lives up to, in my opinion, season 1. Like you're playing as Clem. We all love well, unless you don't like the first season. Like everybody who loved the first season is gonna love this one because you play as Clem now, who's a little bit older. They kind of do like a there's the opening scene, and then you go forward like 16 months. So she's a year and a half older, or so. So she's a bit older, still a kid though, and like there's weird things like these people are basically I don't want to spoil anything, but like you come in contact with new characters, and they're like, what are we gonna do with this kid? Like we shouldn't let her in and stuff. And you can kind of give them like the sad eyes. So you can kind of play off, like you can kind of play it like, hey, I'm a little girl kind of thing. It's pretty. So you can do stuff like that. You can use like her being a child to your advantage in certain situations. So they're doing interesting things with it. You know what I mean? Whereas in the first one, you're playing as like a 30-something adult male, right? So you can't really do stuff like that to gain sympathy, right? So it's pretty interesting how they're having like a younger protagonist in this one, in this kind of world too, like zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that it's only an hour long though. I remember the episodes being a little bit longer in the first season, so hopefully the next episode or episodes later on are a bit longer. Because even with like I died a bunch of times because they changed up the gameplay a little bit with there's some QTEs and stuff that I don't remember being in the first one. But anyway, I died a bunch of times.
Well, I mean, ultimately, even if the game's an hour, if you take into account if each game is an hour, that's going to be 5 hours of gameplay.
For a $20 game or $15 if you get it on sale right now. Yeah, I know. I'm not expecting it to be like a 20-hour adventure because they're not supposed to be so like super long, right? But like a little bit more content next time because I played through it in one sitting. You know what I mean? So like in an hour. So a little bit more like I don't know. But anyway, like what you get in the first episode is still really good. You know what I mean? Like I enjoyed it. Like I wanted more. Like which is a good thing because it's episodic. So like it left me wanting more, which is what it should do. So I recommend it, especially right now if it's still on sale, $15.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out at some point.
Right on. What else? I started A Link Between Worlds yesterday. Oh my god. Oh, we didn't mention the eShop was down, did we?
Well, it's down.
Okay, well, it's not down anymore, but it was down, and everybody freaked out. It was the first time that Nintendo's online services really took a shit. So, good on them for, it was because of Pokemon Bank in Japan, I think, actually.
That's going to be awesome.
I'm waiting for that. Oh, excited for that.
Free Celebi? Why not?
Yeah, Celebi, yeah. Me and Jacques were, like, researching how to get one, like, as legit as possible. And now we don't have to do any of that shit now.
Because get one legit anyways.
Yeah, because you can get one through Pokemon Bank or Pokemon Transfer or whatever. But anyway, I couldn't get A Link Between Worlds on Boxing Day because eShop was taking a shit. And I wanted to system transfer because I got A Link Between Worlds 3DS XL. And I wanted to system transfer my shit over from my black 3DS before I, downloaded A Link Between Worlds, so I had to wait till yesterday, which is why I actually got Season 2 on sale on Boxing Day. That's what I did on Boxing Day, was play through Walking Dead. So I finally was able to do all that yesterday. So I honestly sat there for 6 hours and played A Link Between Worlds, and it felt like an hour.
Which is awesome, because
it's a good game, and I did a good chunk of it, and man, it's so good. You should sit down with it more and play it, and I recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just before the Master Sword. I guess you could add that to my list too of games I've been playing, like Between Worlds, because I as well got a nice little, lovely 3DS XL bundle of joy.
Yeah, we both have it.
Yeah,
and the thing, people are like, oh, but it's just the same world, but like with new graphics and like a couple new mechanics. Well, when you're actually sitting there and playing it, and once you're able to like merge with walls, it makes you think completely different than any other Zelda game. Like the puzzles are so crazy. Like I haven't been stumped yet, but I'm assuming I'm gonna get stumped at some point. But it totally, that whole mechanic makes you think about the world in a completely different way. And it's like, how do I get to a ledge high enough to get to that chest, kind of thing. And then you're like, how do I do this? And like, do I need to use the mechanic to get up there? Like, you know what I mean? Because you can't ascend with it, you can only go left or right. So you gotta figure out how to get up to a platform high enough and to like a ledge that won't block you when you try to do it. And it gets pretty interesting how they use it, especially with like multi-level dungeons. Like the third dungeon is like 14 floors or something. Yeah. Oh, it's really good, and it's not a remake. It's a completely new game with a new Link and everything. And so far so good, and the story's actually pretty good so far.
It's definitely got that nostalgia factor too, considering it takes place in A Link to the Past. It's like universe, so.
And I'm so used to having like the auto jump from the 3D games. The fact that you can't really, there's no jump, like you just fall off a ledge. It messes me up so much because I'm like, I want to get there and I can't jump there. But like in say Ocarina of Time, you could totally jump to a ledge. Like you got to like use the mechanic of the game, and it gets so interesting. I haven't played a top-down Zelda in a while, like because there hasn't been a new one since. Not even the Wind Waker remakes were really top-down ones because you could still jump and everything.
I
So
want to say probably Minish Cap would
yeah,
probably
so
be.
not since Minish Cap have they had like an old schoolish like Zelda like experience. So yeah, so there you go. So it's like it's like completely like throwing me off a little bit, but like in a good way. I'm a really excited. I was really excited when I was able to pop it on. I heard some like Link to the Past like music, and I think the music, if I'm not mistaken, is fully orchestrated too. So it sounds really good, and the game looks really good. Yeah, so man, it's such a good game. And if you can afford it, get the A Link Between Worlds Golden 3DS XL. You don't understand how much bigger they are until you put it next to like your 3DS like vanilla. It's so worth it to get.
It definitely is. Like just talking about the 3DS for a second, like I'm looking at both my 3DS XL and my 3DS at the moment, and like the size comparison is astronomical. And I should have just gotten a 3DS from like the get go because like when I play handheld games, my hands like to cramp up a bit, and this system has remedied that issue tenfold. And I love this. I just like the size and the shape of this thing, and the screens are bigger. And the games still look awesome. They even look better on the bigger screens, and it's totally worth the investment if you haven't got a 3DS yet.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. Also, 2DSs were on sale for like $60. I was thinking of getting one just to have one. They were on sale for like $30 off during Boxing Week. Boxing Week. That sounds so stupid, but I was almost like Amanda. I kind of want to get one because I've kind of got a collection of handhelds going on. You haven't been here in a while, but I've got a Game Boy Color, which my brother's taking a look at because it's like I don't even remember where I got it, but like it needs to be cleaned and like the plates need to be replaced on it and stuff. And he's kind of like my go-to guy for that kind of shit. And I don't have a DS Fat, but I don't have a GBA, but I've got a GBA SP, and then like I skipped the DS Fat. I've got the DS Lite. I don't have a DSi, but I've got the 3DS and the XL, and I almost bought a 2DS.
Wow.
I was really contemplating it, just to have it. I wouldn't even probably open it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't know, pick up something to play A Link Between Worlds on because it's really good, and you can get the 2DS for like $70,
Nice.
If you can find one.
Man, what else have you been playing?
What else have I been playing?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's about it lately. I picked up a lot of Pokemon games, so I've been kind of playing a lot of older Pokemon games. But
Cool.
I'm gonna be popping in Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D after I'm done Link Between Worlds, I think.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, that's basically what I've been playing. I haven't been playing too much. I kind of get focused on one or two games and kind of roll with it, you know.
Yeah, I should probably start that instead of like starting 5 different games.
Yeah, it depends what you're playing. Like, if it's a story-heavy game, you should like,
Yeah,
stick with
exactly.
one. But like, if you're playing a bunch of like, like I don't know, like
Exactly.
Scribble Knots or something, I don't think you really need to like pick it up. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like too focused on that to like play something
Yeah.
else. But yeah, okay. Do you want to talk about movie trailers now?
We could.
Okay.
How
So,
long? How long have we been talking?
oh, quite a while, I think. An hour, over an hour now.
Uh, maybe we should. Maybe we should just cut it a little bit short.
You want to cut it
And
short? Okay, you don't want to do. Okay, all right.
yeah, no. I think we should. Well, the holidays happened. Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't fun time. Fun time of the year. Friends, family, alcohol, presents, good times.
Yeah, lots of alcohol.
Holiday time.
Alcohol.
I don't know. Let's go through holiday loot, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you want to do like game pickups? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. Did you want to like alternate? We could
Oh
alternate.
yeah,
Like,
sure. And if we have like the same game, we could just be like, oh, I picked that up too. So it like kind of.
all right.
Yeah.
So, first off, the gift that you gave me yesterday, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Nice, nice.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I
I'm
got that
excited
too. I picked that up. I picked them both up at the same time, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play it. I actually haven't played the first Luigi's Mansion. Shame on me.
either, but Luigi's where it's at right now.
Yeah, it's the year of Luigi.
For a couple more days, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I wonder what the next Nintendo thing will be.
Hopefully F-Zero. Just saying.
The year of F-Zero.
Yeah.
They're like, we got like 2 games to re-release, and then they're like, maybe we'll make another one.
No, I'm really looking forward to actually playing this and checking out the online co-op modes and to see. Well, I mean, I've never played the first one, so I'm just curious to see like where this game will take me, and then maybe I'll go back and try to find the. Well, actually, I have the first game. What am I talking about? I'll play both of them. I will play both of
There
them,
you go. There you go.
and see where this series takes me.
I wonder.
So that's my first
I
pickup.
wonder if the GameCube Luigi's Mansion is like super expensive or anything. It can't be that hard to find.
Oh, it's hard to find.
Is it really? Oh, I guess it was a launch game on the GameCube, and the GameCube didn't do too well either, right?
I was checking online, and it's going between $30 and $40.
Oh, okay. That's not that bad though.
Well,
There's
I mean,
worse.
for a GameCube game,
Yeah,
you know
that's true enough, I guess.
you know what I mean. Like I picked up mine for 20, and I don't even have the manual, and it's not even in the GameCube case.
Oh, that sucks.
So, but at least I have it. So if I want to play it, that's cool.
Yeah, that's legit enough. Yeah, what else you got?
A couple of Vita games.
Okay, I really don't have any of those.
Pick these up on sale. Silent Hill, Book of Memories.
Yeah.
That's an interesting take on Silent Hill. It's made by WayForward, and WayForward is a super good, like retro company. They made like Double Dragon Neon and the Adventure Time games.
Right.
So this is a different take on Silent Hill because it's kind of like a 4-player like online cooperative dungeon crawler in the vein of like Gauntlet or Diablo, but it's like within the Silent Hill universe. And I remember playing the demo. Basically, like your classes are weird. Like the classes you can choose from, like you can choose from like a goth or a businessman or like the regular Joe Schmo, right?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of craft your character that way, and then each character has their their own abilities and whatnot. But I remember playing the demo, and I was really happy with where they took the game, even though it was like a different direction. It's just the price at the time didn't warrant the purchase, so I managed to get that on sale.
Right. Right on. Well, that's good.
This game I did not get on sale, but it's another Vita game. Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. I finally picked it up.
Have you played it yet?
Not yet, no.
I don't know. It kind of got mixed reviews, but I enjoyed it. Like it was like a good 2 or 3 sitting game. Like it's not too long, but like it's a good game. You gotta check it out. You should definitely pop that in like right now.
Yeah, maybe. It's like what is it? Like a Batman, like Metroidvania type
Yeah,
game.
it's like a Metroid style Batman game, and anytime you kind of find a secret on the map, it marks it on the map, which makes it easier to like kind of find shit or like know where shit, like if you miss something because you don't have the right gadget to get it yet. And slowly the world starts to open up more and more, and there's lots of incentives to backtrack for, like there's like you can unlock different costumes, there's upgrades to like there's damage upgrades that you need to find, health upgrades, stuff like that. And like there's also different Batman costumes that are like there's like the Red Sun costume, and like there's like it's basically like Mega Man armor almost, except Dr. Light or like somebody doesn't show up to be like this does this. But like once you fully unlock a new costume, you can change to it, and they all have different like stat bonuses and and stuff like that. Like one basically there's one that makes you invincible to like damage and stuff like that for like unlocking them.
Cool. So my question to you is, should I play Blackgate first, or should I play?
It's like a sequel to it. Like takes place a couple months after Origins.
All right, so I guess I'll have to work my way through Origins, which is another game on my backlog. Another game I got for during the holiday season, Adventure Time. Hey, Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage?
Well, I got that one too.
For the 3DS. I don't know. We're pretty big Adventure Time fans. I love the cartoon. It's pretty awesome, even though it's like a kid. It's another one of those situations where it's a kid show, but it's still like pretty awesome.
Yeah,
because it deals with adult situations. And this game looks pretty cool because they basically took Legend of Zelda and Link, or Legend of Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link, and kind of like mishmashed them together into an Adventure Time game. So I'm definitely curious to see Where that takes me, and I also want to check out that other Adventure Time game, but I can't seem to find it anywhere now.
Oh, really? Oh, I picked that up on sale the other day. That's probably why there's none. They were on sale. Yeah. I forget who had them on sale. I think it might have been like Best Buy or Target or something, but we got ours at Walmart because they price matched. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of the games I got. Yeah, we got both Adventure Times. Pretty stoked to play them, and I wonder if this. They're both made by WayForward, and they're
yeah.
4 players. I don't know if there's online though because it doesn't actually say on the back of Wii U boxes whether or not they're online. Eh?
It does actually. At least on the Mario 3D Land, there's like a little Nintendo like network thing, and it says local multiplayer and all that
Oh,
jazz.
okay, so I don't know if this is online at all. Like I don't see that. But anyway, you don't have it, eh? But like
No, I want to get it. I want to get it for the PS3.
and that one's like a Diablo style dungeon crawler with like
Yeah,
really,
almost like a roguelike. Apparently, there's like 100. There's like 100 floors. It's like one dungeon, but there's like 150 floors or
oh,
something
so it's
crazy.
like Diablo Classic then. Where you're just
Yeah,
like, getting deeper into it. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's 4 players, and there's like different characters, and they all do like different things. So it's kind of like character classes. I don't know if there's a level up system or how that works, but yeah, it looks cool, and it's kind of like a Diablo clone. They're both kind of like clones of different games, but like with Adventure Time humor and shit. So I'm pretty excited to pop this in, and I know Amanda's going to enjoy both of them as well.
yeah,
So it's good. It's a good game to play with your girlfriend or even your kids. So
yeah. I know both games look good, and I look forward to diving into them. And I also, I just like the titles of the games. Like they're just so ridiculous.
explore the dungeon
Like
because I don't know. That's the second one.
yeah,
And like,
yeah,
hey, I
exactly.
think why'd you steal all our garbage?
Exactly. And apparently like the 3DS collector's editions are usually like pretty good. They have a lot they're pretty hardy in terms of like extra content and
I
stuff.
almost got the 3DS one to have them both on 3DS, but I got the second one on Wii U just because like the Wii U needs some love.
Yeah, no, for sure,
it,
for
it
sure.
definitely doesn't deserve to be a Netflix box, which is what it has been for a little while over here. But now that Mario 3D World's out and we have Adventure Time, fucking A, right, man?
Got a few more games here. I got about 5 more games to go through. This one I'll go through briefly because we already talked about it. Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I got that one too.
Buy it, play it. We've already talked about it.
Yep. Oh yeah, we talked
Uh,
about it pretty well. Yeah.
wow. Super Luigi U. I picked this up finally
I'm
too.
jealous.
Yeah, well, it's the year Luigi.
Yeah.
Comes in a nice green box. It's what you expect, right? You were saying it's kind of like the Lost Levels for Super Mario.
Yeah, it's the hard mode of the game.
Yeah.
Mode, yeah.
So I don't know. It's at a good price. I think it's like 20 or 30 bucks. It was a good price.
Yeah, the digital version is 20, and if you buy, but for the digital version, you need Mario U, but
Oh,
or you can buy it separately, and the disc copy's 30. But
that's
you
not.
don't need the other game to play it, obviously, because it's all the core files are on there.
Yeah, it's like a standalone expansion, but that's cool though. I like physical games, so
Yeah,
had to add that to the collection. Um, Mario and Sonic at the Sochi Olympic
I
Games.
got that
This is
too because it was on sale with the controller.
nice. Yeah, I got it with the controller
Yeah.
because I figured why not pay the $10 extra to get a Wii Motion Plus controller.
Yeah, and
But
the cool thing about that one is the controller is like it's like baby blue color, which is actually looks pretty nice, and it's kind of like the same color as the box.
yeah,
So
it's I don't know. I've always been a sucker for like the Mario and Sonic Olympic games. I've played all of them except for the London ones, and I've enjoyed them. And I mean, yeah, they're mini games, but mixing Mario and Sonic in these like weird, Olympic events is like kind of an unheard of thing. And there's also like dream events, which are the Olympic events, but there's like either a Mario or Sonic spin to them. Like I think one of the events is bobsledding, but it's kind of like a Mario Kart style bobsledding thing. So
right.
that would be cool to check out. This is the first game with online play.
yeah, I
So
just saw that. We have to play this at some point.
yeah, so definitely want to check it out. It's kind of crazy that it's out before the Olympics are actually happening. So my plan is that when the Sochi Olympics are happening, I think it's in February. I actually want to live stream this
Right on.
and do like the my own pseudo 2014 Sochi Olympics with cool athletes like Mario and Sonic. So that's definitely Definitely on the pipeline.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm excited to try because like you're a big advocate for that series, and I didn't bother with any of them, but I'm pretty excited to pop that one in.
yeah, like they're mini game collections, but like they're fun and
Well,
at least the Wii ones with the Wii mode, like those like the motions that you had to do for some of them, like you'll work up sweat, guaranteed.
Nintendo has always done party games well. Like the Wii and Wii U, both kind of have a lot of like shovelware like from other companies. But when Nintendo releases like a tennis game, like a Mario Tennis or whatever, like
Yep.
it's going to be quality. And I'm really sad that I haven't gotten the tennis on 3DS yet. But they always do their sports games well, and they always do their Mario Party and all those games. They do them well. Like they're always quality. They they're maybe not a AAA title, but they always put TLC into every game they put out. Nintendo doesn't put out bad games.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's good to see like like a Nintendo and Sega collab every once in a while.
Oh,
I'm still hoping for like the day they make a Mario and Sonic platformer. That would be
oh
insane, but
yeah. I hope so too. Like it'll be like Galaxy or Lost World style. That'd
yeah,
be fun.
for
That'd be
sure.
fun.
Two more games. Another game I picked up on a whim because it was on sale. Scribblenauts
Hey
Unmasked.
man, I got that too. Holy shit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Right on. Yeah, so Scribblenauts Unmasked. It's it's Scribblenauts in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
I don't know what else to say about it. You like to create things, you create different objects. It's a platformer. Except this time they've done some crazy crossover with DC characters, so you get to like draw Batman or like I think you could also take like a DC superhero and like change them around a bit. But it's just basically if you could think of the word, the game will try to create it for you, and then you just go on an epic adventure.
like you can do like Cthulhu and crazy stuff like that too. It's pretty funny.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
the what is it? Scribblenauts Unlimited. I've been playing through that too.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. And what's your last game, man?
Oh, this one is interesting. It's for the Vita. It's a collector's edition,
Okay.
and
Okay. You like your
it's a
collector's editions?
it's a pretty obscure RPG. Are you ready for this? I'm going to read you the whole title:
Okay.
Sorcery Saga, Curse of the Great Curry God, the Hot and Spicy and Everything Nicey limited edition.
What is it?
Okay, so it's essentially a roguelike RPG,
Okay.
and from the blurb on the back, you're some kind of like chef who gets expelled from school,
Okay.
so you have to like go find the great curry god to like do some stuff. I don't know what the game is about, but it's like a roguelike RPG, and there's like a dungeon crawler, and the collector's edition is so strange because it comes with a curry plate, and it comes with like a spoon, and it comes with like a bib.
Wow. Okay. Are you gonna open that one, or are you gonna play the game?
I am gonna play it,
Okay. Right on.
and that's it.
Nice.
And that's
That sounds pretty cool, man. A lot of the games I picked up were the same ones that you picked up, but I got a couple that you didn't. Some of them I think you already own, and some of
probably
them you don't. I think. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about this too much, but Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D came. It was originally on the Wii, and then they made like an upgraded or updated port for the 3DS. So I'm pretty jazzed to try this one out because I played it through on the Wii and it was fun. So definitely gonna give this a spin. Give it a rip when I
nice.
finish Link Between Worlds. So yeah, Donkey Kong Returns 3D.
Nice.
One I know that you're going to be looking for probably later today. Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I haven't played a Mario and Luigi RPG since the first one that came out on GBA, I think.
Uh-huh.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, is that what it's called? That,
There was one before. There was one after that for the DS. It was Bowser's Inside Story.
yeah, and I think is this the third or fourth game in the series?
I think it's the fourth then.
Yeah, I think, yeah, so I want to check that out. Basically, it's an RPG. It's similar, kind of, to Super Mario RPG that Square Enix did, But it's just kind of like Nintendo's own RPG series because I don't know what happened between them, but they weren't on good terms, and we're probably never going to see a Super Mario RPG sequel. So that sucks. But this is the closest thing to it. It's kind of funny that they have two separate Mario RPG series going on like at the same time.
Like Paper
Yeah,
Mario
Mario
and
and this one. Yeah, and it's good to see. I really like RPGs, and I'm excited to try this one. And if it ends up being good, I might try to find the other ones on eBay or like at the Hop Shop.
I've heard that Dream Team starts out really, really slow, but then it picks up.
Oh, okay. But
It's like the one thing I've heard. But yeah, you're right. Because, well, I guess they have the two different series because they play differently, right?
yeah, well, especially now that like Paper Mario seems to be getting away from the RPG elements.
Exactly.
They went back to turn-based, but then they took out all the RPG elements because they used the stickers, and then they had the platforming one on the Wii, which
Yeah.
is really good. I actually have the entire series of that one.
That's
I've
awesome.
got I've got the one's like a virtual console one, but then I've got the
Yeah.
GameCube one and the Wii one. I don't have Sticker Star yet, but I'm thinking about getting it.
I have Sticker Star. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, okay, right on.
I haven't played it all that much, but it's like what I have played. It's awesome.
But I'm excited to try out Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Guys, check it out. It's on sale too, so go get it. Target's got some good deals actually. I hope they stick around.
Nice.
I picked up Ico and Shadow of the Colossus HD. I'm not going to say much about this. It's been out for a while, and I was kind of on the fence about getting it. Just not because I don't think they're going to be good. Just I don't know. I don't usually pick up newish IPs that often, so I kind of have like the stuff I stick with, and that's what I need to kind of branch out more, and that's what I'm trying to do. So Ico and Shadow of the Colossus.
Those games are awesome.
PS3.
You need to play those like right now. Those games. I haven't tried Ico, and that was the main reason why I got it. Yeah. I heard like Ico is probably like one of the best PS2 games according to like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But Shadow of the Colossus is amazing, and I think everybody like those. That's like one of those games you need to play before you die.
It's like on your video game bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it should be anyways.
Yeah, like that's the game that should be on the bucket list.
Right on.
Shadow of the Colossus and Ico.
Nice. And okay, on the Wii U, I think you have this already. Pikmin 3. I have not played any Pikmin game before, and this is going to be my first Pikmin experience. So
Nice.
again, if I like this game, I'm going to try to get the other ones, which they probably charge you out the ass for those ones now. But
you can get them. I think you can get the Wii versions with like the Wii controls for like 1 and 2. So those aren't too bad. I think those are like between 20 and 25. Pikmin 3, I have it. I haven't really played it much, but they changed a couple things.
Yeah.
I think it's cooperative, and then you play as like 3 different characters, and then like I think like whatever they do kind of intersect. Like you're not Captain Olimar anymore.
Yeah, I see that. There's 3 different guys. There's 2 guys and a girl, I think.
Yeah, but the game looks fantastic.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm excited to play it.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it says 2 players here. Yeah, I think you can co-op this game.
Nice.
Or like maybe there's multiplayer like maps or something. And then we got an Xbox, a 360, not Xbox One. So I picked up Resident Evil 6 Archives. I already have Resident Evil 6, but and Resident Evil 5, but I don't have Code Veronica HD, and I don't have Resident Evil 4 HD, which I've wanted for a while, and it also came with a movie, I think.
Oh yeah, I think it came with like Degeneration or something. Eh?
Yeah. So, and I got this for $15. So if you have a 360, go to Walmart and pick it up.
Nice.
So again, and actually, I'm one of the few people that like Resident Evil 6 apparently. So I have a copy on 360 now. So that's not too bad.
Good stuff.
And Amanda randomly got me Castlevania Lord of Shadow, just the basic, no DLC, no nothing like that, just the base game, Lords of Shadow. So I'm probably gonna play through this and then pick up Mirror of Fates HD, because why not? Because I'm actually pretty excited for Lords of Shadow too. And those are my video game pickups. And then randomly picked up Man of Steel on Blu-ray, which is a good movie in my opinion. So check that out too.
Nice. Actually, speaking of Lords of Shadow, I feel like an idiot because yesterday I was at Best Buy and they had that Castlevania Lords of Shadow collection like on sale for like $29 or something.
Uh,
And I was like, "Fuck!" Now you think of it, I should have like picked one up for you, but
that's okay. Well, yeah, I'll look into it. Maybe I'll get a PS3 copy if it's on sale and it comes with Mirrors of Fate or whatever.
cool. So that's all our pickups, huh?
Yeah, that's pickups.
That's
Okay, so you don't want to talk about movie trailers anymore?
nah.
Maybe
Let's
sit
just
through them again? No, I'm just kidding.
uh,
That's fine. We'll
we've been talking.
we'll do movies next time.
Yeah, I've been talking a lot there.
Yeah, we went for quite a while. I think this is longer than our last episode. I think.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at this, one sec. All right, so there you go. Untitled Podcast, episode 2. How do you feel about
Christmas,
that?
the happy holidays, even though it's after the holidays. Hope everyone had a good
This will
holiday.
be up before New Year's, so
Oh yeah, that's
happy
right.
holidays, guys. Whatever you happen to celebrate, doesn't matter to us. We're equal opportunity. So,
All the best going into the new year.
yeah, enjoy whatever holidays you celebrate, and be safe, guys. And yeah, all right.
Bam.
Have a good one. See you next time,
Later.
guys.